Now, let's see how to write resume or CV using LaTeX. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to go straight to Overleaf. First of all, I have the document prepared in tech. I have it right here. That's resume and academic CV. So I have one for resume. Okay, let me even try to open it in Text Studio. So I have this in Text Studio. Of course, the challenge with Text Studio is that I cannot expand. I cannot expand it. So coming here, I can just run it and you'll see what it gives. So it comes up with this beautiful looking. This is not the best of outputs you can get, but with some tweaking, you can get something way better than this. Then for the CV, of course, I'm not stressing about this because I'm still going to show you in Overleaf where I can really explain the components. So now this is for the CV. So I just go ahead and run, and then yeah. So you have the CV. Of course, academic CV is expected to be longer than just the resume. So resume is supposed to be like 1 or 2 pages, and it is usually necessary for maybe people who are, in industry, not academic, not academia. You want to summarize everything you've done within within a few pages. Okay, so let's go to Overleaf. So I just click on Overleaf here, and I want to go for a new project. I'll pick the blank option here. So I'll say, okay, let me just say LaTeX typesetting again. LaTeX typesetting. LaTeX typesetting 2. Okay, let me call it that. Then I create. So now it opens up like this. Then what I'm going to do here is to import probably I think I can let me import the text files separately. So I click on that upload, click on cell, select files, then the downloads now. So in downloads, I'm going to look for resume and academic CV. So first of all, okay, I can upload the two at once, academic CV and resume. So I just open, and then now we have them here. So first of all, so this is main now, right? So I come to the resume. So I come to the resume and I compile that, and then we have that output. So before we see, the output is cool. Let's see the background. What is driving all this? First of all, we have document class. Now, because it's resume, we now use 9 points A4 paper article, then use package A4 paper margin 1.4 cm for the geometry, and then we have font encoder, input encoder, L modern, that's Latin modern. We have paracol, so paragraphs and columns, I believe. Then enumerate item, title sec, so that we have title per section. Hyperref. Hyperref means that when I click something on the CV, then it leads me there. For instance, I have my YouTube channel link here. So if I click on this now, it takes me straight to my YouTube channel. So that's the work of Hyperref. So you can see it takes me straight to my YouTube channel. Okay. Then still on the packages. So you have X color, and because we have a bit of color there, Tabular X. I think we saw when we're talking about tables, we saw the usefulness of Tabular X for making beautiful tables, I believe. Then array, ragged 2E, if then, microtype, and all these things. Then we also have page style empty, set length 2 points, set length, paragraph skip 2 points, paragraph set length, paragraph indent 0 points. So there's no indentation. That's what this simply means. Then column separation 1.0 cm. So that's the gap between these two columns now is 1.0 cm. So you may want to expand or make it shorter, but 1.0 cm looks good enough. Then define color. So HTML, this is a color code. Another one for accent, you have that. For text, you have it. For color links, is true. URL color is accent. Link color is text, and all of that. Then you have title format. So section. So each title is going to be in sections, right? So you have large BF series, color accent, 0 point, title space. So you see a lot of the work here is in the preamble. Then you have set list for itemize and enumerate, left margin, item separation 1 point, and all of that. So then you have new command name, begin group, centering, huge BF series. Now, if this whole thing looks overwhelming, not a problem. Don't worry. All you just need to do is if you need a LaTeX CV, just go online and Google LaTeX CV templates. So you can find several templates you can use. So you can find several templates you can use. So just put it, open in Overleaf and edit to your taste, okay? So you don't have to worry yourself about how this whole thing is looking. Like it's looking really complicated, especially the preamble. So now, after all the preamble, okay, so we now get to that point where you now start. So begin document. First of all, we have name. I put my name, tagline, assistant professor of mathematical biology, contact. So you have some email address there. Okay. Okay, I can even make it XXXXX so that for privacy reasons, then even the phone number, I can have like just overwrite that for security reasons, right? Then, of course, so here you're putting all the necessary information. Okay. Of course, I can leave these other ones now. Okay, let me even say at xxxxx.com, like that. So we can recompile now. So you see the first part now. So you see the heading part. So the name, the title, and then the email address, phone number, location, of course, my YouTube channel. Like click on that and it takes you there. My email address, of course, I've made it generic. Then so that's begin document now. So you see from name to this place now. So this, if you want hyperref, you just say href. So that's why, because of that hyperref, and that's why these ones can happen like that. So each one of them, everything that has a hyperref, the YouTube channel, the email address. So if you click, it takes you somewhere. That's what the href is doing there. So if I click on this now, it's definitely it should open something. Okay, because it's not a proper email address, that's why it's looking like this now. Then after that, you now begin para. So this one is heading now. So from here now, you now begin para col 2. So we want it in 2 columns. So if you want it in 3 columns, for instance, you just put 3 here. Of course, as you begin para col 2, you should also end para col 2. So you see, this is where para col ends. So that's paragraphs and columns. So now I changed the 2 to 3. So see what's going to happen. Because now I have it in 3 columns. Okay, I don't have enough information for it to even spill over to 3 columns. And that's why 2 columns makes sense. So you can actually have it in 3 columns and it will work like that. So it is this paracol place where you change all of that. So I take it back to 2. So I have 2 columns for the CV. I mean, for the resume. So this is the resume one now. Okay. So now from that, now we now start with the experience. So entry, assistant professor, ecological integration lab, the year, the school and everything, and see how this looks like now. So you see, this is one part now. Okay. So so I mean, for each one that comes in, so you have we have section experience entry. The first point we enter that, then begin itemize the things done in that position, right? Like here, design mathematics for the sciences, mentored MSc and PhD student, research, population dynamics, information spread, epidemiology, scientific machine learning, that's SciML, then that's one entry. The second entry, so each entry will just be entry, like, so you have collaborative researcher, 2025 to present ecological complexity research unit. So see, this is another entry now. So, and then here, that's it. Joint work on marine ecosystem change and complex systems. We have that right here. Then you have another entry, entry, whatever, lecturer, assistant lecturer, you have that here. Department of Mathematical Sciences, footer, then taught modeling, linear, complex analysis, vector tensor, engineering maths, contributed to curriculum design and teacher training. So that whole thing is about experience. So once the experience part is done now, so the main items are in sections. So experience section is done. Then we go for education now. So section education. So every level of education starts with an entry. So /entry, whatever, PhD, Master of Technology, Bachelor of Technology, National Diploma in Marine Engineering. And, we have that in that entry, like they're following all this format. And then we come here and we have all of this. So you see the whole education thing. Then after that, we do section again, selected publications. So we also, all the publications, Ojo et al., Mpox outbreak, management response. So, I mean, everything is just shortened like that. So this is about selected publications. Now, see, if you want to move to the next column now, if you want to switch column, so you just do / switch column, and then the next thing you write now, this next section is now grants and honors. You have travel grants, Oak University, collaborator Jennifer, Ward Oppenheimer, valedictorian, GSIS for graduation 2020, scholarships. So you have all this one now. So for the section now, you have begin itemize, end itemize. So you list all these things one after the other. And you see it comes to the next column. And then next, you have the editorial services. So editorial and service. So that's where maybe I had to review papers or, judge some people's works and all of that. So you have begin itemize, end itemize. So, and all of that is listed here. And so you have boards, Journal of Mathematics, Indawi, and all this reviewer, all of these things. So when that is done too, I mean, some these things are it's just sketch. They are just sketches, just to drive home the point. So next you have this section again, teaching, selected teachings, right? Mathematics for the life sciences, for the graduate students, modeling, engineering, maths, linear and complex analysis, vector and tensor, numerical analysis in footer. You have that right here under teaching. Then for skills now. So skills, so that's grouped into different things like computing now. For computing, you have Python, and then with specific libraries mentioned, like NumPy, SciPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Scikit-learn, Keras, TensorFlow, and all of these things. So you have all that listed, and then some areas of interest like mathematical modeling, optimal control. Then after all that is done, I mean, so you can also put links like, so for instance, I have link to YouTube. If I click this like before, takes you to my YouTube channel, like I said. So, I mean, you can activate as many things like that as possible. So for this now, I just want to make it like xxxx.ac.jp. All right. So with this now, so if you have this template, you can actually build things up. You can make it into 3 columns. You can make it into any number of columns you're interested in. And that's the resume part of this. So for the academic CV part, it's still about the same thing, except that this is more extended and you don't necessarily have to do it in columns. So you can afford to just do it straight like what we have here. So again, look at the preamble. So remember, resume, it was 9 points. Document class here, we have 11 points. A4 paper article. Okay, use package margin 2.2 cm geometry. Okay, and then we have use package font encoder L modern for the for font, I think. Then enumerate item for things like itemize and all that. You have array, multiple columns, title sec, hyperref, color, last page, fancy header, paragraph skip, accent, text, color links, and all of these things. Then, you also have some styling going on here now. So it bears a bit of resemblance to where we're coming from before. So in this case now you have a CV header, like that's the CV header. So you see it here, manager Dansu, academic CV. So that CV header will appear on every page. That's why it's a header, as you might know what a header is. And then we also have a footer here because the footer here will be about the page numbers. So you have CV for CV head. For letterhead, you have my name going there, academic CV on that header. For the foot now, you have the page of page ref, last page. So you keep going until you go. So the last page, this one is in 3 pages, for instance. So what we have done there is to say the first page is 1 of 3, the second page is 2 of 3, and the third page is 3 of 3. So if you have 10 pages, it will be 1 of 10, 2 of 10, 3 of 10, until you get to 10 of 10. So that here now we have header and footer because we have a couple of pages. The CV runs into a couple of pages like that. So we have all of these things. And then, so you also have commands here to, fixing up things like LinkedIn address, email address, and all of this. And then you now begin the document. So you have the header again, the contacts, you have all of that Then you now go section by section now. Section research interest. So once you're done with that, section academic appointments, all of that will be listed. Let's step by step again. Now we are not using entry, we're just using text BF to highlight the key position and then other things that follow: education, teaching, grants and scholarships, honors and awards, editorial responsibilities. Now things are a bit more elaborate because it's academic CV, and trainees and mentees, people like that. Community service and professional societies selected. Those like Sigma Psi, SMB, GSMB, NMS, EMS, and all the publications are selected and are recent. So they are more elaborate compared to what we had for resume. A resume is just meant to be short and straight to the point. Then proceedings, like maybe in conferences or something, talks and presentations, you have all of these things. So a CV generally will be more elaborate than a resume. Okay. So, and this is what the outcome looks like now. You have, name, research interest listed, mathematical modeling, mathematical biology, population dynamics, optimal control, data science, scientific machine learning. So academic appointments, you have them listed. Education, you have them listed also. Teaching, grants and scholarships, honors and awards, editorial responsibilities, trainees and mentees, community service and professional societies, publications, selected publications, by no means not, or proceedings, talks and presentations, computing skills. So like that. So I mean, if you have this now, you can then use it the way you want. You just adapt it to what you have. And like I said the other time, you don't have to worry at all if this doesn't. There are a bit of errors. I'm seeing three. That meaning that there are three issues. So I want to see if I can resolve them using AI inbuilt um into into Overleaf, right? So I click on this again. I mean, two issues resolved with that thing I did up there. So now I have another one suggesting this. So I just apply the suggestion. For the most part, you can trust the judgment of the AI you have around here. Okay, so all the issues are resolved. Okay, so once you check here and there's no number, it means your document is in perfect shape. Okay, yeah, and that's the video. That's all about resume and CV using LaTeX. All right. So if you want any CV or resume template, just go online. In fact, let me even demonstrate how you can do that. So all you just need to do is go online and just say LaTeX resume, or let me even say LaTeX CV template. LaTeX CV template. You can find a lot of them. So, and most of them can easily be opened in Overleaf. So you have LaTeX templates and examples. So you see one by on Jack Sparrow. It's a resume. You can just click on it and start using it. And then so you have all kinds. You have all kinds. Okay, so any format you're interested in. So let me take this one for instance. So if I open this now, you can open it as template. Okay, if you open it as template, it just opens directly in Overleaf like that. So you can see it opens as template, and then you can begin to edit it. So it's pretty easy. You don't have to sweat it. Just so now this one has run now, so it's fine. So, and everything is already structured in a particular way. So just go ahead and edit one by one. So if you want name now, where's the name now? Okay, name. So where you have your name, you just type whatever your name is. I can just say Emmanuel J Dansu. Okay, so I just compile that. So username for this is GitHub. This is LinkedIn, my site. So if you have your website, you put it here. Email, you put it here, and all of this. So it's very easy. You just go online and use any template that catches your fancy. So, I mean, you can also write your name in full for sure. So, yeah, so you can get any template of your choice. If you want a resume, just go for it and edit it to your taste. That's all that matters, right? All right, so let's end the video here. that is the end of it. Thank you so much for listening. If there's something, let me know how helpful this is, right? And if there's something you'd like me to try out, feel free to let me know. If you have subscribed already, I thank you so much for doing that. If you have not subscribed, of course, you want to go ahead and subscribe right now. Hit the notification bell also, so you can always get alerted each time a new video is released. Having done that, of course, you can also become a member of this channel by clicking on join, and you see 3 levels of membership with special privileges. Ultimately, you want to comment, like, share, so that more people can have access to the great content I have going on here. Till I come your way again, keep doing LaTeX right. Bye. Don't forget, it can be LaTeX or LaTeX. Okay.